Hello all and welcome back to Live Listener Race. You're here with Chilli.
And Doz, thanks for joining.
Thank you. Welcome to episode 3. This is the British band theme. And just for your interest as well, these episodes will now be split up into 2 parts where I give my list and then the next episode will be Doz's list. Fantastic.
Sounds good to me.
That's good. I also want to give a quick shout out to the fans in Australia, Malaysia, USA, Ryan E and John M. Thank you all for listening to us. It means a lot to us.
You guys are legends.
Fantastic. And also our podcast is available on all platforms now, including YouTube, Google, Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, all those weird and wonderful places.
Be sure to check out Chili's 5-minute review too. It's hectic.
Fantastic. I love it. Alright, now we're going into the depth into this one. Are you ready for this next list on the UK bands?
Not really, because this is going to be the death of me. But it's every time it is, Chili.
It's always a tough one.
It's
I
really
know.
hard.
And UK bands in particular. Ooh, there's a plethora to choose from out there.
Yeah, we could debate the USA versus the UK, but for the time being.
Yep. Oh. Another one.
Just get them down in your.
You're going to need it for this one, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Okay.
All right.
So what's the rules again? It's been a while.
It has been a little while,
Kind of
actually.
forgotten.
Yes. For those of you, just in case, Live Listener Race is a game where we pick 3 bands, and the rules are you can choose one to listen to live, perform once and once only, and that is it. Then you get to see the other band. You get to hear the other band. You listen to them over and over every day for the rest of your life, but you can never see them live. The other band is erased forever. You can never hear their music again.
There's a lot of sanitizer around here.
An odd thing to say, but yes, I think we pick some up here and there, and it just ends up in the collection. Especially with these times, can't be unsafe with a lot of sanitizer.
That's right. Yeah, of course. You'll definitely want to get coronavirus from my hands.
And I hope you're enjoying the coronavirus listening to this podcast. Remember to keep that sanitizer handy.
Yeah, keep it. Yeah, keep strong.
Keep strong with this podcast and the music out there.
Yeah.
All right, Doz. This list is for you.
Oh Christ.
The 3 bands I have are Joy Division, Radiohead,
Oh God.
and the Stone Roses.
Oof. Excellent list, Chili. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. I think I can do this.
You can do this.
I can do this.
Are you sure about that, though?
Oh man. Maybe not. All right. Okay. Let's start with Joy Division.
Joy Division first.
Love Joy Division. But there's a but.
There's a but.
There is. I love Disorder's one of my favourite songs of all time, and then you've got
Love Will Tear Us Apart.
Yeah, Love Will Tear Us Apart. It's amazing. They're a singles band.
Joy
Division are a singles band. I'm going to put that out there.
Okay.
But they've got Transmission. It's a fucking awesome song. now I'm regretting fuck you for this. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
It's a tough one to be.
If you went to a Joy Division concert, you might be rudely interrupted by poor Ian having an epileptic fit.
Very true.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be nice to see.
But you'd also be engaged in probably one of the most crazy concerts around.
Yeah, because he was quite an eclectic dancer, and the energy would be amazing. New Order.
New Order,
Are
yes.
still touring.
They are?
We missed them last year, I think, before coronavirus. BC.
BC, yes.
I don't know, but like, man, they're pretty. Now that I'm thinking about them again, this is what this game does to me.
Yes.
I plunge into the depths.
Yeah.
And I realise how much I love these bands. But no, Disorder is one of my favourite songs of all time, man. And I love it. I love it. If I could never hear it again, I'd be very depressed. But that turns me to the other 2 bands, Stone Roses.
Yes. Stone Roses, another big icon in the British 90s. Well, very late 80s and 90s scene.
Yeah.
What was the singer's name? Ian... Ian... Is it Ashbury or something like that?
No. You think of Richard Ashcroft from The Verve.
Oh, I must be getting mixed up.
Yeah, but he's a living legend.
He is.
And that first album of theirs is incredible.
Oh.
Second album.
This is what I was going to raise about the Stone Roses.
Massively fucking underrated. Amazing album.
It is an amazing album. See, a lot of people will go, I think this when you listen to Stone Roses and you love them, it kind of divides fans about first album versus second album, right?
There's that famous scene at the end of Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Don't throw that. I like that album.
Yeah.
For me, I listened to their second album first, and that was the album that caught my attention. I mean, I knew Fool's Gold and some of their other songs and stuff. She Bangs the Drums, of course, but the second album for me was better, far superior.
You reckon?
Yeah.
The virtuosity on that shit is insane, man.
Yeah.
Like this, the guitarist is just insane.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Remy
good.
on the bloody drums. Oh God, he's good. Like, no, Waterfall is just such an amazing song, and I Want to Be Adored.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, it's such.
But Breaking Into Heaven, it's got this weird.
I know.
It's that
Such
like
a good
3-minute intro before it launches into that guitar solo.
It's just such a fucking like song you strut to.
Yes, definitely.
So, before I turn to Radiohead, what I'm really debating now is, do I erase Joy Division or do I erase Stone Roses?
Oh, tough one, straight up.
I'm going to erase Joy Division, unfortunately, with much regret.
Much regret, erase Joy Division.
Because I find myself coming back to Stone Roses pretty regularly, because they're just such an amazing melody, and the first album is like a song of it's basically a collection of nursery rhymes.
Okay.
It's so amazing. Just like every song is just so you just know every single second of it. It's just incredible. It's so poppy, and the melodies and the harmonies are so incredible.
They had a great melody to them. I was re-listening to the first album, and it's weird. Like, I don't think I've listened to it from start to finish ever.
Yeah.
And then when I listened to it from start to finish, I probably have only heard 50% of the album.
Yeah.
If all of it felt like I had heard it before somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's so visceral. Like, it's in your subconscious.
Exactly right.
So
you would erase Joy Division, though?
I would, with regret. I mean,
massive regret on that one.
You really think I'm going to erase fucking Radiohead?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I knew that part, but it's the other two that were going to catch me.
So we've got now. Do we listen to? Do we live Stone Roses or do we live Radiohead? Which means that the other, whichever one you've seen live, you can't hear again, right?
That's correct. Yes.
We've seen Radiohead live.
We have.
And how fucking excellent was it? You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah. Their acoustics on that live performance were amazing. The visuals were interesting. I feel though when I saw them live,
this was in King of Limbs, by the way.
That's right.
So I think we were looking at 2011-ish.
They
hadn't been to Australia since
a long time.
I think maybe Amnesiac. Like even before In Rainbows, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I might be right in that one.
Yeah, it'd been a long time, and it was. I remember I skipped so many classes at uni to get those fucking tickets, and I got them. And I had a take-home exam the day of the concert.
On the concert, did you?
It was negotiation and dispute resolution.
Oh God!
And
what a dull.
I handed it in 2 hours early, unfinished, because I could not miss Radiohead, and I don't regret it for a fucking second. I
was gonna say, why would you regret it?
I don't remember a thing from that course, but I certainly remember Radiohead, and it was amazing. I got in trouble for singing along by some noob in the front.
That's right. But what an odd fellow! Like it's Radiohead.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, whatever. It was absolutely incredible, and their set list was stunning.
It was a good set list. I felt though controversial maybe, but the visuals felt a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, but you go to Radiohead for the visuals.
No, you don't, but I had heard things about Radiohead and the visuals on stage, but it just felt like...
In their defense, yeah, that's true. When you see lots of their live videos, like France particularly, when they were doing Amnesiac and Kid A live, it was fucking sweet. And they did National Anthem and stuff, that really rocking version live, which is one of my favourite songs.
That bass line.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. Tom York came up with it. But then you got like Johnny Greenwood just like coming into his own over time with his orchestrations. He scored one amazing movies.
Okay, he's got
Oscars
for
his scores.
He would have, and he helped out massively on what was it, Moon?
No, Moonshake Pool.
Moonshake Pool.
God, yeah, that is an incredible fucking album.
Very underrated in their catalog.
I don't know. I think their canon is just so good. But the best Radiohead album of all time. Well, now we're just talking about Radiohead now, basically, because they're so bloody good.
Yes.
Is In Rainbows. It is incredible.
I
have it on vinyl, and it's amazing.
Yeah, because there's so many different areas of their albums, and like
I don't really go back past Kid A anymore. I don't really listen to OK Computer much anymore. I think it's a bit too bombastic. However, I listened to the Bends the other day, and it's fucking sweet.
Still good?
Oh yeah, of course. Like Planet Telex, that first song on the album, the outro is just so incredible.
I felt like Kid A, sorry, not Kid A, OK Computer, probably still might be my favourite album.
Yeah, of Radiohead. That would not be a controversial decision.
Yeah.
I mean, most people would probably say the same, who are Radiohead fans.
That's right. I mean, a lot of their new stuff is very good as well.
Well, I mean, I think King of Limbs is really great, because it's understated. Like, it's just short and sweet, and it's just electronic.
It's not just bloated to such a level.
But I just don't know how you get past In Rainbows. It's a masterpiece, in my opinion. Like, for me, like, when you listen to a Radiohead album, it's an experience, that's for sure. But there are obvious standouts on each album. But with In Rainbows, it's just every single song is so amazing. And again, it's one of those albums where you think you've heard it before. Yeah, because the melodies are so visceral.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a very easy listening to album, that one in particular.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I remember playing it for the first time, and it was just a straight through play. Yeah, that was a really good album.
I've got a cool playlist actually on my Spotify. It's just a chill playlist. It's sort of like if you're just trying to mellow out and go to sleep. And it's just it's the more newer Radiohead stuff, so the Moon Shaped Pool sort of stuff, and In Rainbows, and it gels really nicely next to, say, like Chords of Canada.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Tune into his Spotify list to find that
definitely,
one.
Yeah, it's really good. I can't remember what it's called. It's called. It doesn't matter. But I think where I'm going with this is there's no fucking way I could get through this existence without listening to Radiohead. It's impossible. I need them in my life.
Are you sure though? We go back to Stone Roses, for example. You were saying the first album is just so
it is. But look,
good. It's just an amazing album.
You've it really is. And like, I Want to Be Adored is just something that I just need to listen to as well. But if it was this is why this game is so challenging, Chilli, and this is why you threw it in there. Well, I just don't know if I could just do life without Radiohead. Need them. And I've seen them live before. Yeah. And I love Stone Roses to go out with a bang with a live performance.
Yeah, because they come together once every 15 years or something.
So
like
fucking butthurt if I couldn't listen to Stone Roses again. Thankfully, this game is fictional, because otherwise we would be like we would our lives would like materially suck. But
all these great albums and bands we just can't listen to.
If I was on a desert island, I would probably and I could only take one album with me, I would honestly strongly consider taking In Rainbows.
Yeah, okay.
Probably. Yeah, well, Nevermind would obviously trump it. Which is...
naturally. For you, of
you're
course.
Building up to that motherfucking band. They honestly, they're up there with the Beatles for me. And I just can't... I can't imagine not listening to them again.
Definitely one of the great UK bands.
Oh, 100%. They're just so... Everything they do is just... They're just amazing musicians. And
they are
really
incredible.
Lovely guys by the sound of it too.
Evolved a lot over their sound. I did see, actually, this guy made a list, or really it's a picturegram or something like that, where it's like Radiohead, where you should start, and if you like something, it branches out to something else. Yeah. Obviously...
Everyone has a cool how I got into Radiohead story.
Yes,
don't you think?
That's right. You know, I heard this album, and
I was at uni and we were having some beers with a couple of guys, and a few years ahead of us at law school. And I wasn't studying law at the time, but I was at 18 years old and impressionable. And he just said, I was just starting to get into Radiohead, and of course I was introduced via OK Computer, as most people are.
Yep. The Gateway album.
Yeah, and like it's good. I love it, of course, but I don't think it's anywhere near their best material. Even though it was so great at the time.
Yep.
But he said, like once you go to segue into Kid A, then it's like that is just insane. And then you've got Amnesiac, and it's just like that's just such a good album.
Kid A's that was the electronic one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy it so much.
Really?
I thought it was overrated.
Man, it's challenging.
It is challenging.
No, I don't think it is when you look back, when you cast your perspective back on Radiohead's career at this point in 2021. It's not really that challenging anymore.
Yeah,
but it was
at the
certainly
time.
challenging at the time. It was
What was it,
hugely
2001
challenging.
or something like that?
2000.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
very...
they I think pretty sure they streamed it on MySpace, and people, the internet just like collapsed.
It was a black hole where the internet once was.
What about when In Rainbows came out? It was such an event. Like, you could pay your own price for it in 2007.
Yeah, you chose what price you felt was right for the album.
They just basically ditched the record label because they were they're bigger than the record industry.
That's right. If
They're
whatever
so
Radiohead
good.
does, we can do it. You know, it's
They're just reliably amazing. Honestly, they're the Beatles of our generation. They have to be.
you're probably not too far from there. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my opinion.
it's kind of like, actually, I was reading.
Tame Impala are pretty damn good.
I was reading actually something just before, and it was about Johnny Cash. Odd
Nice.
segue, but it was to do with the record labels. And basically, like you said, they released it live because they were fed up with the dinosaurs in the record industry here, and wanted to do their own thing, right? Johnny Cash, he released this album years ago, and he said, "All right, I'm going to give all the proceeds from this album to I think it was like the Native Indian land claims or something like that."
Awesome.
So when he did that, record industry came down hard on him. The radio industry came down hard on him. Live
When did you do
performance.
this? In the 60s or?
Well, knowing Johnny Cash, probably 70s, 80s. I can't remember the
Yeah.
album, but it
Well,
was obviously a big thing.
By then he was Johnny Cash.
But then
Johnny
it's
Cash
Johnny
is
Cash.
Johnny Cash,
Yeah.
right? He's like Neil Young. Like, he's just a...
He's just going to be his... Yeah, exactly.
He does what he fucking
I will
wants.
do what I
It's
want.
like Dean Martin and... and
I did it my way.
The old, well, yeah,
Frank
pretty
Sinatra,
much. Yeah, pretty much, man.
Exactly right.
We've been listening to this sweet remix of a Dean Martin song, but that's probably for another
Another
day.
time, maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess back to it. Joy Division has been cut from the list. Radiohead and
Regrettably.
Stone... Yeah, very regrettably on that one. Radiohead and Stone Roses are left.
I think, given my diatribe about how much I love Radiohead right now, I mean, I think everyone probably knows where I'm going to go with this. And I would love to see Stone Roses live. So I'm going to live Stone Roses, and I'm definitely going to put Radiohead on repeat because those guys are incredible.
They are. They're an incredible band to be listening to. Big miss on that one, I guess, on the live one. But you know what? As far as, I guess, the way I would do it...
Yeah, how would you do it, Chili?
Look, Radiohead's definitely... Listen.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely.
So yeah. Okay.
When
The
I mean,
centerpiece of that list is Radiohead.
There's just so much... There's just so much to listen to. So many different styles.
If you had to put
and all
Radiohead
that.
and the Beatles in this list, I would have just had to, like, this whole thing would have melted down. It's over. I'm walking out of here.
Angry rant,
I'm going
slam
to
the
take,
door.
yes, steal a few of these bottles of sanitizer and get the fuck out of here because, like, that wouldn't have been possible. So thank you.
Good Lord, I wish I did that instead.
Oh,
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, we all know how that would have landed, but
Radiohead definitely listened for me,
Yeah.
though. Like you said, because they got so many albums, they got so many different styles, and they're just so great.
it's just there's a corner of your soul that's just, for my soul, that's reserved for Radiohead. And it's
That's
just,
right.
I can only activate it by Radiohead. It's just such
Yes.
incredible music.
And like you said, everyone's got that Radiohead
Intro story.
story, that's right.
Yeah.
And I remember mine was, I think this guy I was working with at the time was listening to the what is it, the Live National album at work. Yeah, just playing that on there. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah,
You know?
it's the France one.
Yes.
It's so good.
It is a
It's
great
an
one.
excellent album.
It
Like,
is
you got
good.
the national anthem. I actually think the national anthem live
Yeah.
on that live album is better than the recorded version. The energy is just insane. And Tom York does that a cappella trumpet, and it's like with his voice.
Yeah.
And then you get segues into I Might Be Wrong, which is just
I think I've got to go back and listen to that
Yeah, you
album.
do.
It's only like a
You do.
30-minute album or something, isn't it?
It's short and sweet.
Yeah, but to the point.
Yeah.
It's perfect, you know.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, but they're it's insane how they. This is the thing with this band, like how they basically rejig the songs so they could be played live, like so on instruments.
Yeah.
Like, they did for Kid A and Amnesiac. That's what they basically
And that's,
did.
I guess that's perfect because you don't want to exactly go see a band to see them perform a studio album note for note. You want a bit of energy, you want something in it. And
Yeah.
Radiohead does that.
Yeah,
They did a great job with
It's
that
just,
one. You know?
incredible people doing what they do best. I love them.
But definitely Radiohead would be...
It would be a listen. So the question is whether Joy Division or Stone Roses get cut or get lived.
for me, it would be Stone Roses cut.
Yep.
Stone Roses erased.
It's probably a line call.
It's... Yeah, it is like that, I guess. But when I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what, Stone Roses, I like their music, but it didn't do it for me on such a level.
Yeah.
And I can see they were pretty good live bands, but it's just not the band that I would want to see perform live. You know, if it came down to a list like this, Stone Roses would probably be ending up on the floor, which, well, what has happened on this one. And Joy Division, for all its curiosity, almost morbid, I would love to see perform live. They just had that energy. They were so eclectic, so out there.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but that would be it. When you put it that way. Maybe I'm. It always do this to me, Chilli. When you expound your reasoning, it's like, oh
shit. Did I mean to do that one?
Reasoning's way better than mine. No,
well, you know what the other reasoning was, and maybe it shouldn't factor into it, but Radiohead, of course, for listen, because Joy Division and Stone Roses only had 2 albums apiece. So
yeah, I know.
You can't really listen to that many.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, that's Chilli's list. We'll come back to you.
We'll join you on the
Part
next
B.
Part B, yeah.
Part B.
Fantastic.